Hey, everybody. I don't know how this is going to come out. I'm just trying this for the first time. I actually had a Zoom meeting set up, and it's the first time we're trying on a Saturday, and I don't think anybody's going to show up. So I decided to go live, offer anybody who might catch this to join me on the Zoom if they want. And in the meantime, I just tell you a short story about something that happened to me this week. I was sitting there about midweek working on some things and felt a calling to go down to a local community park that we had down there and check on some homeless people, see if I could bring them something to eat, see if there's anything I can do to help. And I get down there, and normally there's not many cars there. And this time there was a bunch of cars in front of the shoulder house where the homeless usually are. And I'm like, wonder what the heck's going on. So I get out of my car and I go up. And there's some people down at the one end of the shower house kind of having a meeting, it appears. And at the other end, there was a couple of the homeless people laying there on the picnic benches. And so I really felt a little awkward, wasn't sure uh, what I should do. I didn't want to interrupt their meeting. Kind of sat there and just listened. And after a while, it became apparent to me that I had walked into the middle of an AA meeting they were having out in the shoulder house. And probably I'm going to say 8 to 10, probably 10 people there. And I decided, well, I'll just sit here and listen. And a couple of them kind of motioned to me or whatever. They probably thought I was there on purpose, and maybe I was. As it ends up. But anyway, um, so I decided to sit through it, and I'm listening to them, and I found this very interesting that only two or three of them mentioned God. And when they did, uh, especially two, maybe all three, mentioned them in the sense of God or your higher power, whatever you want to call it, kind of thing. And of course, which I knew was going to happen, they always identified themselves as, "Hi, I'm John, I'm an alcoholic," or "I'm Cindy, I'm an alcoholic," blah, blah, blah. And I'm listening to it and I'm thinking, my goodness, these people are off alcohol, but they're miserable. There was one that was only clean for a couple weeks or a couple days, and she was really struggling. There was one that had been clean for 2 decades or more and was still struggling, and all variations in between. Some of them very frustrated. A lot of cussing and swearing went on as they were telling their testimonies and their stories, and some of them were just very, very frustrated and very upset with life. And I'm sitting there going, wow. So it got around to me, and I told my story. And if I ever get in this position again, by the way, I've decided I'm going to start my story by saying, "Hi, my name's Steve, and I am born again, brand new in Jesus